co-host Toy Capri. Lady Z is in absence tonight. She's not feeling too well. So let's pray for her to get well real soon. And we have the DLD organization with us again, along with the celebrity stylist, Brandin Vaughn. And listen, we're going to have a great conversation because this young man, from what I understand, used to be a chef before you was a stylist. And we're going to talk about how you got into the game and all of that, the ups and downs or whatever the case might be. But let's talk to the sponsors. The View. The View is having a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They're open. Monday they do karaoke over there. And then they're going to do a nice little New Year's Eve celebration. So look them up, www.theview.com. And they'll have all the information that you need. Also, we got Viola Shy is one of our sponsors. And they got specials daily at the dispensary, 16th and Roosevelt Road, right across the street from the Red Door. And check them out. They got holiday specials as well. So, and then we have the Blue Note, and we have a salon downstairs, 10054. Audra Burrell runs that shop, very diverse, a lot of things that's going on in there. And then we also have the 717, and they have private events in their place also. So we had how was your week? Because I know you just
my week is always hectic, especially trying to go on vacation right before the holidays. So I had a lot to wrap up, but after today, I'm not back until the 2nd. So
that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I'm not going back to work.
See, because I'm trying to get to where you at.
I decided not to work again. I went into my job one day and I looked at the kid that was my supervisor, and I said, "I got kids your age. Just time for me to go." And I put in my paperwork and I told them, I said, "Hey." They said, well, we can't do it like that. You can't take all your vacation time. You can't take all of that time at the same time. So you're going to have to break something up. And I looked at the lady, so I was off May 30th and 31st. And they called me June 1st. And they said, well, you could retire in September, August, or July, or you could retire in June. I said, send me the paperwork. I'm signing it. So it's June 1st I left, and it was just like, it's another challenge.
Sure.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful thing. So when you say you go back on the 2nd, go back.
I got a number of years left. So
Yeah. And then I had a good birthday.
Good.
Yeah, I went to the Bahamas and I gambled a little bit. I won a little money. I got some money back home. So you know how that go.
How was Lionel Richie?
Oh man, dancing on the sand. He put it out there. He did his thing, man. And it was so funny when I was living at the Tides downtown. They were giving away tickets to see him at Tinley Park, and I got to say, let's go. You know, went out there. Oh my God,
wow.
I was just like blew away. So when I saw that he was gonna be there on my birthday, and I had free nights.
Oh, good for you.
At the Bahamas, I was like, see, you out of here. Then I used points that I had on mileage for. I was like, man, you out of here.
That's an amazing trip.
Let's do that. 60.
Almost free of charge.
Almost free of charge.
That's what's up.
But they charge you for them drinks though. I was drinking. What was I drinking? I was drinking what they call it, pina coladas. Pina coladas. So that was one of my favorite drinks.
Yeah.
But anyway. Listen, every time DLD come on my show, the ratings go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we got a lot to talk about. But we have Brandin Vaughn here, man. Listen. And when you talk about celebrity stylists and you talk about doing things, I mean you crossed some paths. You did a lot of things. But tell us about going from a chef. You was a chef. Tell us about the chef part.
So I love to cook, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Mom was single, so we had to cook for ourselves because she was working 2 jobs.
Okay.
So that's how I learned to cook. I was actually going to go to school, culinary school, before I went to fashion design school.
Okay.
But they didn't give me all the money I needed. So I went to fashion design school and followed my first passion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, that's good stuff. But see, so to go, you say you was gonna go to culinary school. What was your fashion desire? How did you get into fashion? How did you start?
I mean, fashion started as a young kid, you know. Like I said, single family, just mom, shopping at a thrift store, going to school, kids playing the Joneses.
I shop
you know what I'm
at the
saying?
thrift store.
Yeah, but that's when it was before it was hip.
Okay.
This is when like you got talked about. Look at this jeans. What are those? You know, that type of thing.
Okay.
But that's what really got me started. Like I was taking these hand-me-downs, these thrifted clothes, and I got sick of, you know, being that kid. So I started to make fly stuff, you know. And before you know it, they was asking to buy it.
And where did you grow up at? Where?
I grew up in St. Louis.
In St. Louis.
I grew up in St. Louis.
Okay, and they started to look at your stuff. How did you present it to the people? How did you? Was it high school, grammar school? How did you present it to the?
I just started wearing. I think I started wearing it like really wearing it in the like 6th grade. Okay. You know, this is when I was like finding like neon yellow, old like sewer man suits and like putting it with like a denim jacket and wearing it to school. Like, okay. So I was already like grabbing their attention, like, what this dude on, dude? What is you on? So I was that weird kid, you know, that was creative and people wouldn't normally just talk to, but they knew, okay, he got something.
So were you self-taught as far as your fashion sense as well as actually making the clothes? So were you self-taught? Did you take a class?
Well, my grandmother taught me how to hand stitch. Okay. You know, and I just recall this story. It's crazy. Like I'm thinking about writing a book, and I'm just recalling like moments that like really left a mark in my life. You know what I'm saying? We talk about crossing paths, like, but it was Sunday morning. We were going to church. All my church socks had holes in them. You know, so I tossed them, right? And my grandma went looking for my socks. Like, where are your socks? I just washed them. You know, oh, they got holes in them. She got them out the trash can, and she taught me how to stitch those holes up. Wow. You know, so that right there was a lesson that I took with me for the rest of my life.
708-223-8953, 708-223-8953. All you people that's out there that want to get into the fashion game, and y'all got y'all boutiques, y'all got your online boutiques, you got all of that stuff. We got the man right here, the man that did Beyonce, the man that did Isley Brothers, the man that did several other prominent celebrities. We got him right here. So if you got any questions about how to get into this game, please call 708-223-8953. So tell us
what you were saying.
I know.
Who's on security number?
So yeah, that's how we do it. So you get into the game, and you doing, you know, you trying to like. What was that moment that pulled you up and got you into the game?
Totally transparent moment, right? Family fell apart. I was forced to go back home. You know, like I lived in Chicago. Marriage was like on the rocks. You feel me?
Yeah, I understand.
So I had to separate, which forced me to like really tap into me and become like a better me. Not just for me, but for my wife and my family, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I got into a place called Create Space. I knew that I had to surround myself with creative people that wanted to take their creativity and make a living out of it, right? Create Space was an artist incubator. It was 26 artists in one building, and we were in a storefront on one of the top 10 busiest streets in America as far as like for business. This is where like WashU meets the city of St. Louis, meets, you know, the hipster culture, meets, you know, the corporate America. You know, they all lunch here, they shop here, and I was able to go in there and test my product. My product was the things that I made in college. I had an archive of stuff that I was just creating over the years, and when I opened up that boutique there, it went so fast. Like, I couldn't believe it. And I knew I had something. Within 6 months of opening that boutique, I was able to quit my full-time job, you know. And I just kept running with it. At a point I got tired, and I'm a very spiritual person, like I'm in tune. And I was like, God, you gotta show me something. Like, marriage is on the rocks. I'm trying to do this business, but it feels like I've reached to the top point of the city. Like I've already been in every newspaper, been on every news show, sold the stuff. Like, am I really supposed to be doing this? Because it's bigger than local. You know what I'm saying? My phone rang like in about the next 20 minutes, and it was Vivica Fox people. Like, can you get down here, bring some clothes, blah blah blah. I'm like, huh? I'm like, first of all, how y'all hear about me? How y'all hear about me? And that was one of those moments. I was like,
that was that big break.
That was that big break. And it wasn't a big break because it was a celebrity. It was that big break, like, yeah, you walking in your purpose. Like, you asked for a message, and I gave you a message. You know, I have the authority to take you from the bottom and put you to the top instantly. You know, and I just went hard. I became a dog for it. Yeah.
Okay. And you in St. Louis, and St. Louis is a very prominent city as far as entertainment, basketball, rap, whatever.
But no basketball. We ain't had no basketball.
Well, no, you don't have an NBA team.
Yeah.
But you have players like Larry Hughes and all of them that played and in the NBA, but they live in St. Louis. Abe was his personal assistant. Probably they still work together. But and like Nelly was at my son's concert, the Woodstars Festival that he did at Proviso East. Vivica Fox was at Chicago Chicken Shack with my man Trevor Black. And so, I mean, when you say that, and you're saying, I'm kind of reminiscing because I went to the All-Star game in Dallas one time and met with Fox. You didn't know recently that she was a producer and all of that. I just thought she was into the acting and whatever. And then I see that she's doing a lot of things.
She's one of the highest paid black female actresses in Hollywood.
Okay.
Like, this is entertainment royalty.
Okay.
And yeah, I was blessed.
And so now you get into the game. You go to school, go to fashion school.
Yeah.
You do your due diligence to your grandma because she said, "Baby, this is how you sew your socks. Don't throw the socks away." And then you still dreaming. In that world that you live in out there, in that world you work in, there's a lot of struggles, especially being a black male.
Yeah.
How did you beat that? How did you get around that when you got all of these white fashion gurus and all of that? And Vivica could have picked up the phone and called Versace.
Yeah.
But she called you.
Right.
And you said that was your spirit.
Yeah.
So how did you handle that being a minority?
I guess how I was brought up.
Okay.
You know, you don't quit. Like, you fight. You don't lay down. You take your resources and you make a way. You feel me? That's how I was raised. That's what mom, grandmother, auntie instilled in me. Like, you are talented enough. You are more than worthy. So, yeah, that's where it came from.
Okay. Yeah. And so I'm saying, so now you get into your game, you get into your spirit, you get into yourself, and then now you have people that you surround yourself with, and you got to surround yourself around a the right people in the game. How does that work for you? Who did you bring into your world?
Like I said, I tapped into the creative people, man. When I left Chicago, I left everything. I was here 10 years. So it was going back to St. Louis, like from ground zero. And imagine being in a city where you grew up and you know how to move around, but you don't know nobody. Like, you're not of that culture. So it's like you gotta kind of like sit back and figure out like who are those people? Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with taking a step back and figuring out, okay, so that's that community over there. This is this community over here. These guys, okay, I think I need to go over here. Let me call somebody and be like, let's have a drink. Let's
Figuring it out.
just figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to do this. I didn't have an example. I didn't have a mentor. But what I do know how to do is hit the ground and ask for what I want and figure out, like, how can I bring value to your thing so you can bring value to my thing.
Wanda, this your nephew. When did you realize his talents were finna blow up?
So you mentioned, I knew Brandin was talented. I'm going to go back a little bit further. Yeah, he's a chef, but I used to drive to St. Louis to watch him rap and go to his shows.
Rapper too?
So
Did you do it with Nelly too? You did anything with Nelly?
I was just with them like 2 weeks ago. Black and white ball, doing some work for him. Yeah.
But as he said, he grew up in a single parent home, and I saw him fighting. No matter what, he fought. He just, all right, if I can't do this, I'm going to do this. And as an aunt, no matter what, I'm like, all right, let me get the role. You got to show, if I stayed just a few hours, or if I just went for that day and stayed the night and got up the next morning, I wanted him to see that he has support. Yeah. And I see you. Like, I see you trying. So next thing I know, he's cooking. And I'm like, okay.
Rapping.
He went from rapping, now he's cooking. So one year on Valentine's Day, I said, all right, you know what? I know he had just left Chicago. I think he left Chicago to go back home.
Yeah.
Me as an auntie, though I've never said this to him, I saw everything that was going on. So you know what? I want to be there for him. Hey, you can cook? Okay, I'm going to invite maybe like 12 of my friends over, cook a mean dinner for them. He killed it. Like, it was amazing. Yeah. When he left, I was like, oh my God, he really can cook. Really, I was just supporting him no matter what, right. But he really surprised me. So then, fashion. He opened up his store on Cherokee. You know what? I'm going to drive up for the grand opening. Stayed what? A day. But I'm going to be there to support you no matter what. But when I got there, oh, wow. It wasn't just African American. It wasn't just white. You knew he had tapped into something. The store was so, it was lines out the door. Yeah. It was amazing. It was multicultural, everything. And I said, he's going somewhere. I just didn't know he was going here.
I didn't either.
But
I didn't either.
You didn't either. But come on now. So you got to tell us the story. How did you get in? I mean, you got Beyonce on your resume, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's capital right there.
And that happened twice. That's the incredible thing about it. Like,
so how do you get into Beyonce?
I can't say, but it was nothing but me, like, head down doing the work. You know what I'm saying?
But somebody had to recommend you. I mean,
the first time it was the school. Like, I did this competition, and one of my dresses went to every state in the country, and was on display. So from that, Beyonce came in with the House of Darion, Macy's, big extravaganza, Glamorama, that's what it was called.
Glamorama.
So they called me to the room and they was like, hey, can you report to the Chicago Theater? Remind you, I don't know who I'm finna go serve, right? Can you report to the Chicago Theater, go to the back door, go down the stairs, blah, 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 past the soundboards. It's the room to the left. And I walk in and there's Tina Knowles, right? I step back. I'm like, whoa, hold on.
Now tell the people who Tina Knowles is.
Tina Knowles is Beyonce's mother, right? So I'm like, whoa. I had to step out of the room and like get it together, right? So I assisted with alterations.
I'd have jumped on.
Chris.
I like you some Tina.
I like you some Tina.
Now you left there, brother.
Can't take you nowhere.
No, don't take me nowhere.
So then that was the first time, right? And this was, I'm a sophomore in college. Like, so I get out of college, I start working as a pattern maker in the industry for different designers. I did that for about 7 years.
What different designers did you work?
The Sarah Cooney Food Collection, and a bunch of designers that were affiliated with a fashion. It was a fashion program downtown.
Okay.
Chicago, I don't remember this.
Okay.
10 years plus ago.
Right.
But after the 7 years making patterns, I was like, okay, I'm not really being creative anymore. I got upset with it and quit that job, and that's when I started the Brandin Vaughn collection.
Okay. And what's your brand?
What's my
Your brand?
My brand is Sophisticated Elegance with an Edge. It's men and women's wear. I started making men's wear, but the women bought it all out, and I refocused on them. For the past 5 years, I've been focusing on them, but now I'm kind of pivoting into a unisex collection where men and women can wear it.
The same clothes?
The same clothes.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's an interesting concept. So, but with the celebrities, you got Beyonce, you see Tina Knowles. How do you go from there to the Isley Brothers and to all of the other?
It's doing the projects, it's the collaborations, it's that thing, it's that, okay, where are the creative people? Where are the rooms I should be in? Let's seek them. I got with the Isley Brothers through a lady from Faith Church in St. Louis. She was throwing a fashion show fundraiser, and she asked me to come on and show at her fundraiser. I said yes. So then she asked me to do a women's conference, help her produce a fashion show for a women's conference. This is Faith Church. This is one of the biggest churches in the country, And then I look around and the Isley Brothers go to the same church, So then they start pulling me on. In the middle of the pandemic, I got a call from them. They were shooting their 60th anniversary documentary for Shout, and they were doing it in a place called the Fox. Fox Theater is under a union. Like, you can't go into the Fox Theater without like being in a union to like sew or work stage. But I was on there. I'm on the Isley Brothers wardrobe team. So quite naturally, they go bring me with them to do the work.
Right.
So the lady of the Fox was like, "Oh, what are you doing here? Who are you? Why are you here? How are you here?" And I was a black guy in an environment where it's usually a bunch of white women,
Well, I know. That's
so
that's why I asked you.
So the lady who was managing the venue there was like, "You know what? You can really sew. Like, I got somebody I want you to meet, right?" And she says, "She may not get back with you quick, but you're who she's looking for." I'm like, "What you mean?" And then she said off record, like we had a conversation. She was like, "Ain't nobody in black in this unit."
That's what she wanted you to know.
That's what I'm talking.
Ain't nobody black in this unit. It's her, and she sits on the board, and she needs you to come in and shake some.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So that conversation came 2 years later. It took 2 years, y'all. It took 2 years. And it the same thing. I'm sitting and my phone rang and she was like, hey, it's such and such, such and such. And I'm like, from, yeah. She's like, can you report to the theater? When? Like in the next 3 hours. Right? So she had to set it up. In order to get in the union, you have to have a certain amount of hours. Right? So she was waiting on the show so that she can bring me into the show that set up shop for 3 weeks. I'm guaranteed. I'm guaranteed. I'm locked in, right? So I did the 3 weeks, and then they say, oh, they want you at the Muni. The Muni is one of the biggest theaters in the country. It's making the most money. It's turning out a Broadway musical from ground zero in 12 days. I'm talking acting, I'm talking dancing, I'm talking musicians, sets, costumes. This is in 12 days, and it runs for a week. And then we shut it down and do another one in another 12 days.
So you're traveling?
No, we're in the middle of the country, in St. Louis.
Okay.
So it's a lot of big actors that's traveling right there.
So they're traveling to St. Louis.
Right.
Okay.
Right, from New York, from California. And I'm in these rooms because I'm the guy with I gotta make the clothes.
You got the plan.
So quite naturally, where you going after this? Are you in the union? When you come to town, request me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you going to Los Angeles for an opening? Oh, I got you. I'll make you a suit. So I'm going everywhere. I'm following these people. Like, I got you. Mm-hmm. You need my service? If you come in town, you got to play. Let the union know that I'm serving you. Like, I'm going to make sure you're good while you're here. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it all started.
And so, how do you get paid on that type of level? I mean, a lot of and this is
Get straight to the point.
I'm getting straight to the point because a lot of our kids have an idea that's not the reality of the situation, and they need to hear from somebody that's went from nothing. Here it is, you sewing socks.
Yeah.
Now you sewing Beyonce, you got her measurements. You got her 36, 24, 36. And so the kids need to know you're dreaming.
Yeah.
And now your dreams have come true. Now you have to go through the struggle part.
Yeah.
Being that black boy.
Right.
That's in this game. Tell the people, tell them how that process went as far as you know, when you got in. How did you have to put your whole armor on?
Absolutely.
That's all
that
was.
First year? Oh, they came for me.
Oh, I couldn't imagine.
Imagine like a room, and it's 12 swords. 11 of them are little white women, old women. They've been here doing this thing over 30 years. Like, guaranteed a job. And this big black guy comes in. Like, I'm a big guy, y'all.
Okay.
I'm no small fry.
It's a nice coat too, man. You want to leave it when you
but he got the skills. This dude can build a dress in 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm running circles around these people. Because the most they know how to do, this is public. I gotta go back to work with these people. The most they know how to do is like him a pair of pants, you know. But I can drape a pattern. I can cut out 5, 6, and 5 different sizes. I can instruct a group of people how to sew it and get it done within a day's time.
Oh wow! So when you go out here and you do this, do you have your own sewing machine or? Do you have your own equipment?
And some, okay, so like the Beyonce thing, right? Renaissance. Like, she paid me and then my machine gets a check. You know?
Explain that.
Like it's a rental fee. Okay. Right? Like, I hauled all my materials there. So, I mean, you have to make it worth our while. Like, if something happens to my machine during this project, then, you know, you're liable for it. You know, So it was a great situation.
So I know. Well, so explain it to us, for the people out there that's interested in fashion. What's the liability? You know, the liability side of it. Like you saying, if something happened to your machine, you know, they have to pay. How do you write up that contract? How does that work? Do you have an agent?
It depends. Oh, Jesus is right. Do I have, no, I don't have an agent.
Okay.
It's me, it's my wife, it's my auntie, it's my mama. You know, it's the, hey, check this out. What you think? You think I should do this? Can you proofread this? What am I missing? It's that. Like, I can't afford to put a lawyer on this. I ain't got that much money.
I understand, but you got the opportunity.
It's all different. Like, you make your money different ways. Like, people think fashion design, and that's what we're missing too. I'm a fashion designer. I'm not just a stylist. You know, like, so that opens up so many more doors for me. Like, I can literally build something. So I don't have to just be a designer. I can go into theaters. I can do custom clothes. I can do, like, it's a plethora of doors I can walk into.
Yeah,
you know?
It's a young lady. I mean, I'm Ginger. I hope you watching Ginger Norman, and she's a seamstress, and she's good at what she do. I watched her grow up as a little kid. Her father is a preacher named Reverend Norman, but she's a good girl, and I'm gonna send her this tape.
Yeah.
And what would you tell Ginger that she would have to do in order to make it?
Ginger, you gotta get on that machine and learn how to sew. You gotta take things apart. You gotta put them back together. Like, that's how you really know what it takes to construct a good quality garment, right? Once you know how to do that, like, the people are gonna come, and the work is so tedious that by the time you get great at it, you're gonna be a professional, you know. And it takes time. It's not an overnight thing. You may hit a product to where, like the face mask, like the face mask changed the game for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That was a product that I was able to sell like every day around the clock. You may hit a product like that, but then next week, when ain't nobody wearing face masks no more, you still have to sit there and be diligent and still keep creating and still keep pushing that product, your products, your new products, and getting people to like it, whether they like it or not. You know?
But I think what I hear in your story and just listening is that I think you're automatically, you know, it screams talent, right? But I think in addition to that, you're bold. You believe in yourself.
Right.
Because you've been in rooms where most people would be intimidated in, and most people wouldn't be, you know, comfortable with allowing themselves to really authentically show up as who they are.
Yeah.
So I think on top of your talent, just naturally, I think in addition to that, you have a spirit of boldness. And that, to me, has cultivated and positioned you to build relationships and get in those rooms with Beyonce and Tina Knowles, Chris's new crush. So I think that too is a big part of it. And when you talked about how you were raised and, you know, how you stood out in grammar school and high school, I think all of that boldness over time just has helped to build and cultivate who you turned out to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And opportunity is always something too. I don't know if you know Worldwide West. He's a general manager for the New York Knicks, but he used to be one of the most powerful men in sports. That was GQ magazine said he was one of the most powerful men in sports, besides Phil Knight. My son played in championship Final Four 2005, and guess where he was? St. Louis. 2005, and Worldwide West called me. He said, "Hey man, I need a favor." I said, "What you need?" He said, "I need 2 tickets to the game." I said, for who? He said, for Sean Carter. I said, who in the hell is Sean Carter? Me not knowing, I mean, because I'm not, you know. He said, Jay-Z. Oh, okay, Jay-Z.
I'm talking.
Yeah. And they came to the game, and I had their tickets, and when they walked in, people were looking at me strange, because I'm really not knowing their status in this game. And this is in 2005.
Yeah.
She walks in, he walks in, they had a bodyguard, and she's acting like she's shooting the ball, and he's acting like he blocked it, and then I'm looking at them now,
right?
And they're billionaires,
right?
And
that part,
you doing their clothes.
It's crazy because the story you just told, like that's what like ignited another flame in me. You know what I'm saying? When I first worked with her, it was the B-Day album. Like she was not this big at all. You feel me? Now you go to work with it, it's like a whole city. Like it's like a city. I mean, we got chefs there. We get fed 3 times a day. We got coffee trucks. We got, and it's community. It's so crazy. Yeah. Like she was able to create this, and you look around, and it's just like all creatives. It's all creative, and it's a lot of us.
That's good.
And now that feel good. That feel good because a lot of times you go into these theaters and these entertainment places, and it's not a lot of us. You know.
Yeah, and that's the truth. That's the actuality about it. Because I've been on a few sets, and I look at, you know, I'm a fan of Umar Johnson.
Yeah.
Some of the things you say, I kind of agree with, and you know, I'm a fan
some.
Yeah, you know, all of it I can't.
Not all of it.
Because I don't agree with everything in the Bible, so that's how I live. And but you guys got a big event coming up. Wanda, tell us about this event that's coming up. This is what we want to hear. Because listen, DLD, I went to that last gala. Yes. Oh my God,
that was great.
Did you have a good time?
What?
We did.
You saw me dancing.
Let me just kind of tell you a little story about how we got to this. Denard, co-founder of DLD for You's husband, whatever. Brandin always talks about trades because that's what DLD focus is, trades. So he's always told Brandin, you know, I got to get you to Chicago so you can teach the kids or instruct the kids, you know, do a class. So this is years and years of talking. So I'm preparing for a back to school event in Broadview. And when the Red Door was preparing to open up, we were saying that it would fit 250 people. But when I got to the grand opening, you and I know that it wouldn't fit what happened with the Party with the Purpose. So I said, okay, I have to do something dope at the Red Door, just like something really nice. I was bending over and I heard the Holy Spirit say, you're going to do a fashion show. I was like, who said that? It's just me in the garage by myself. He said, go in there and call Brandin. I ran in there and said, Brandin, we got to do a fashion show. He was like, okay, auntie, whatever you need, but I got to go back to work. I'll call you on Monday. I said, okay. Yeah, it's Fierce, Fine, and Fashion. All of this is downloaded. When Monday came, normally I have to track him down. He called me and said, auntie, what do you need? You know, I was just finishing up on a Renaissance tour. Like, huh? What did you say? I said, the who? He said, the Renaissance tour with Beyonce. I said, all right, this is it. Something is going to happen in this Provincial Township. This needs to be here because this is a trade that's not there. And then I got Denard's approval. I'm like, babe, is this okay? He was like, I like it. So that's how Fierce, Fine, and Fashion came about. And instantly, he didn't think about it. He just said, I'm in, especially for the youth.
Oh, my God. That's beautiful, man. I got to salute you for that. Because that's, you know, a lot of people don't come back. Yeah. They don't get down. That was one of the things I instilled in my kids. You know, hey, if the community treated you right and you make it to another level, come back.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
they always come back, and whatever the case might be, man. So I'm happy for you. And you finna do, how many models you got?
It's about 14.
Why
15
y'all didn't
months.
ask me to model, man? I
Uh-oh.
don't know all this. I just
We're sorry.
Our bad.
You coming out though? You coming
Yeah,
out?
I'm coming out.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm definitely matter of fact, I'm doing a show here tomorrow. I'm gonna be on Marcus Sykes' show.
Okay.
He's gonna be interviewing me, so I'll be here, and then after I leave the show, then I'm gonna come down there with you guys.
Yeah.
But man, it's a blessing to have you. It's
Hey.
you know, we love you. Wanda, you know you always in the community. The ways y'all be doing some things.
They
Y'all
do
be
some
shaking
things.
some things up
Yeah.
around the community, and it's a beautiful thing. But anyway, listen, I'm gonna be doing a Facebook contest, and I'm gonna be giving away these shoes right here. Y'all see them shoes? And I'm gonna if you gotta wear a size 8 though. I don't know what we're gonna come up with. I'm gonna have Toy Capri and Lady Z. They're gonna be the judges along with Everett Stubblefield, James Jenkins, and my man Tyrone Freeman. We gonna come together with something, and we gonna put it together, and we gonna give these shoes away to a young lady that wears size 8. Now, what I would like to ask you to do, big brother, is to give the kids a word of advice before you leave. Share with them what they should be doing if they're interested in the game of fashion.
It's never too late to start. It's never too early to start. You're going to fail 1,000 times before you reach one success. Put that in the formula. Like, failure is in the formula. There's no way around failure. Like, it's going to happen. Once you get that in you, and you get the discipline in you, and you become self-motivated, and you want to like make something for yourself or make something for somebody, and you keep working, I mean, it's gotta work.
That's a beautiful thing. Wanda, tell us about tomorrow. Tell us what's
All
going
right,
on.
everybody. Let me just say, tomorrow, December the 22nd, we will be at the Red Door for our first annual. You see how I threw
First,
that in?
I see
Y'all see how I threw
and
that
you looked
in?
at it.
Oh, she did this.
Annual Pierce Fine and Fashion Show. Doors, we have VIP tickets and we have general admission. VIP 6 to 7. You'll get a meet and greet with this guy right here.
Nice.
Hors d'oeuvres. You'll get your swag bag, and you'll get a chance to get your photo with them.
Hey,
And
photos
after
with me.
that, general admission starts at 7 p.m. VIP tickets are $125. General admission is $100. All proceeds go to fund the DLD for Youth 2024 Youth Academy.
Yeah.
Tell them what DLD is again.
DLD stands for Dedicating Love and Determination
Yes,
into
yes,
our
yes,
youth.
yes.
And it used to be the Boys to Men Academy. It is now the Youth Academy. Denard, Laighton, they're doing amazing things with our youth, and it's from their heart. All the women in the background, June, Stacy, Nova, Monique, Pooh, when I tell you they show up selflessly
That's
to
good
be
stuff.
servants.
That's good stuff. Well, hey, listen, we got some things that's going to be happening in 2024. We're going to change directions. We're going to change it up a little bit because there's sometimes the last become first and the first become last. So you have to be careful how you treat people. That's why Ed Burt is going to jail right now because he mistreated Harold Washington. Y'all heard what I said. He mistreated Harold Washington, him and Eddie Bedoliak. Y'all remember that. That was a long time ago. But anyway, our motto is, and we always want to make people understand, you treat people the way you want to be treated.
Real talk.
And you never give up. So thank you from
Thank
the
you
bottom
for
of my
having me,
heart.
bro.
Thank you for
Wanda,
having us.
you always have a smile on your face. I used to work at the bank with her. Earl, thank you very much. Toy Capri.
Hey.
God bless you, the money-minded Toy Capri. Hey, this is the Love Movement. All the fans, all the people that follow us, God bless you. Make sure you see this show tonight. We're going to switch it up in 2024, but bless you tonight. Merry